Time to see what's in the papers this morning with former government advisor Claire Pearcell. I bet you're glad you're not advising him at the minute.
Absolutely.
And showbiz reporter Stephanie Tetchy. Good morning.
Good morning.
Adding
Good morning.
the glamour this morning. Claire, let's start with The Guardian, should we? Beers and women. I don't understand. Is this a shocker that women are drinking beer?
It's stout.
Oh.
It's the rise of popularity of stout.
Other brands are available.
Exactly, like Guinness. But there has been an 11% increase in the global consumption of stout.
Yeah.
And this is driven by women. They are an increasingly large audience, but also because of the 0% that they now sell.
The 0% Guinness. Yeah. You cannot tell it's not the ordinary.
Oh, it's good.
I always have some of that in the fridge. It's because I don't drink anyway nowadays.
Yeah.
But it's just as good as the original.
We have it at home. My husband drinks it all the time. It's the 0%, and apparently the taste is exactly what you would expect as to Guinness would be. So, no, I'm absolutely all for that. And it's also down to things like the pandemic. Guinness's advertising was far superior to everybody else's, but the rise in craft beer, where people wanted some actual taste and flavour and not just a generic sort of fizzy drink in a pint glass.
I can see you with a pint of Guinness.
Oh, gosh. My auntie, when I was about 4 years old, she used to give me sips of Guinness. So, like, one of my first early memories was drinking Guinness. I've never been a big beer drinker.
See you with a pint.
No, more champagne.
I know.
But the thing with beers, I just find they make me feel bloated. And there is that connotation where you just think beers are being a man's drink. But I guess now that there is the 0% available on the market, I think more women are inclined to drink it. When I gave up drinking for about a year and a half, I was drinking all these 0% non-alcoholic drinks, and they do taste the same. So I can imagine the market's only going to increase for that.
My mother had to drink Guinness when she was pregnant with me.
Yeah. It's a good source of
iron.
Not a lot, before anyone panics.
But they do say that. A half pint of Guinness was meant to boost your iron levels for pregnant ladies. We used to give it to horses.
Really?
Yeah,
Guinness.
absolutely, because it shines their coat up, and it's actually very good for them with the hops. And absolutely is. So it's one of those drinks that throughout the years has always been used, always been around, but it sort of fell out of popularity because people felt it was too heavy.
Wasn't the advertising back in the day, Guinness is good for you or something like that? Or
it was, sort of health benefits.
She'll be knocking it back now. Come in tomorrow with a mane of shiny hair.
Yeah, I'll do anything to help my hair look nice and shiny. But I did actually buy some Guinness the other day to put it in my Guinness cake.
Ooh.
And it was lovely. I made a chocolate Guinness cake. I do like
that sounds nice.
And it really cuts through the chocolate.
Ooh.
So where's that?
I recommend...
I was going to say, where's cake?
There's no cake, there's no cookies.
No, you have to blame my mother for that one. She took the Guinness cake. But I will bring
Joe.
it.
Sounds nice.
She said it was very good. She's been handing it out to everyone at church, and they're apparently... my reviews are coming in very well. Out in rural Essex. So I'm glad you're enjoying that. Stephanie, this picture caught my eye this morning. And it's this property that is falling into the sea.
Yeah, this is what we call a cliffhanger, because this 18th century farmhouse in Trimmingham in Norfolk is basically on the verge of collapsing due to heavy rains last week. All the soft rock has eroded. The owner bought this for £132,000 5 years ago. £132,000 5 years ago, and unfortunately they're going to have to evacuate the property because it's now going to be demolished because it's very at risk of falling down.
The conservatory is hanging off the edge.
Yeah, I can imagine it seemed like it was going to be a goodbye when they bought it 5 years ago because there was much distance between them. Yes, very good views. And, you know, it's tempting to buy places like that, but then, you know, unfortunately, Mother Nature can have its way even with it, with your property.
You just couldn't sleep in it. You'd never get a good night's sleep.
No, not at all. But I do wonder if they were aware that this was going to happen. They probably knew it was going to happen, but not so soon, within 5 years. And the person is of retirement age, so kind of sad that they're now going to have to think about finding a new property.
does insurance cover that sort of thing, cliff erosion? I don't know if it does, you know, all the time.
I think it depends what the risk was when the survey when the survey was done. If there had been no history of it and no real risk factors involved, then you should be covered. But I suspect if there was something that showed up then it wouldn't be. We have that in Kent with coastal erosion.
You know what? You're bang on the money about sleeping. I've just been reading into this story, and apparently the owner decided that even if he was in the room furthest away from the edge of the cliff, he would be losing sleep. So he moved out. No longer even lives in the property. Real tragedy. He bought it in his retirement to enjoy the views. He's had to move. Very sad.
Fancy a biscuit, Claire?
Gotta love a biscuit.
I love a biscuit.
And this is regarding Hobnobs being voted the ultimate biscuit. Now, I think everybody's got a view on favourite biscuits, and Hobnobs, I mean, they're nice.
They have to be the ones with chocolate on them.
Yeah, they do. I mean, I like it. Chocolate hobnob's great, but the real winner is the jammy Dodger.
They're my favourite.
Thank you.
Custard cream is my favourite.
The custard so we're so in sync.
Do you like a custard cream?
Yeah. And I like the fact that food inflation hasn't come for them yet. They're still about 30p.
Yeah, I can eat a whole packet of jammy Dodgers. They're like my guilty pleasure. Just a little jam in the middle and the heart-shaped.
It's because there aren't many in a packet of jammy Dodgers, so therefore...
It can't be.
It's only really a couple of mouthfuls.
It's only 20.
Yeah.
What are the best ones to dunk, though? Because that's a different story.
Oh, jammy Dodgers would hold quite well for a dunk.
Well, I think they do. I mean, it depends what you're drinking, tea or coffee. I know some people
it has to be tea.
No, you see, you need coffee. And then you can dunk absolutely anything in a cup of coffee. It's irrespective if it sinks to the bottom, it just adds to the flavour.
Digestive biscuits, I think that's a classic for
a dunk.
classic dunker,
You see, if digestives I like either with cheese...
He's a savoury.
Or buttered.
Buttered, yes. And I think that's a real family thing, because I remember my dad teaching me that, which his parents, who hail from Cumbria, and it was a tea-time treat.
Oh, yeah.
Digestive.
Yeah.
You've just got such a savoury tooth, I think.
I am more...
You want cheese on anything.
yeah. Cheese and peanuts.
Yeah, it's true. That's what... Now, I like a chocolate round to dunk. Nobody else, but I'll tell you anyway. And I had it the other day, and it's a lovely dunking biscuit. The chocolate melts.
I don't know what a chocolate round is.
It's a round that's made of chocolate.
Is it
round biscuit made
fun chocolate?
Yeah, it's a fun chocolate. It's I guess you'd call it kind of like a shortbready middle with a thick chocolate edge.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah, I'll bring you in a packet. I need to stop promising you biscuits. Not showing up.
They never turn up.
It feels like a British thing, though, because I don't know if other countries do the dunking biscuits.
They must do.
No, I think you're right.
I don't
like
think
it's a
other
British
countries do biscuits as much as we do.
Yeah.
No, they do like wafers and things.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
You need a properly stodgy biscuit coming
Yeah, it's like...
Shut
up now, sorry.
How we go from that to talking dirty in the toilet, Stephanie, which I think sounds disgusting, but actually we need to know this.
We need to know, because we know we take our phones everywhere with us, but apparently taking our phones to the toilet puts us at risk of getting infection because we don't wipe, our phones, and, you're able to kind of get all this bacteria onto your mouth and onto your face. So health experts are saying leave your phone out of the toilets because you are picking up infections by just carrying it in there. So it's a bit of a dirty talk, but yeah, leave it out the toilet.
Yes. It's like those...
Well, it makes me feel ill.
I don't.
Yeah. No.
But you do get those hotels where they've always got a phone in the toilet.
I never understood why you would need to have a conversation whilst using the facilities. I don't get that. I mean, surely this is your quiet time. But also, I have to say that mine in the bottom of my handbag is probably equally as covered in...
I'll tell you what you can buy is ultraviolet phone sanitisers.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
We should all buy the little box and you plug it in, and you should put it in and it sorts your phone out in about a minute.
Yeah, I like that.
We should do that. I want one of those, but it's, 50 quid I could do without spending.
We'll club together and we can all have it.
We should have one in the office or something.
Yeah,
but that's horrible. You shouldn't be taking your phone into the toilet.
No.
I hadn't thought about that, actually, but that is...
There you go.
important.
Something to all bear in mind on all of that one. Thank you, ladies, very much indeed.
It's been a
fun to
pleasure.
see you.
It's been nice to smile. We needed it.
Yeah, we did
The
this
news
morning.
is very, very
A
heavy.
tough time, and we bring you some light and joy.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what we aim for.
Toilets, biscuits, we aim to please.
She's due every time. Thank you very much indeed. Good
Stephanie
to see
Clare,
you this morning.
thank you. Right, let's take a look at the weather now with Alex Deacon.